Good afternoon. This is Victor Jimenez with Sewerline Check Professionals. I'm here at 2708 Southwest View Street in Los Angeles, and I'm in the process of performing a video examination of the main sewer line for Casa de la Rosa. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping which is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping which are underneath or interior to the structure. Today's video examination is not focused on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. Alright, now I've accessed the main sewer line today from a 4-inch roof vent, and we pushed through about 10 feet of building drain system. I went ahead and zeroed out my camera and then pushed about 90 feet to the connection at city sewer. Now, the basic directional path of the pipe is that the line exits through the back of the structure, pretty much near the center of the back of the structure. It comes out of the house, then makes a turn towards the right-hand side, then makes another turn and starts running basically along the driveway. Once it hits the driveway, it then makes a parallel, or a diagonal run towards the street before it levels off and connects up with the city sewer. Alright, so we're doing this inspection coming from city sewer back towards the property, and pulling away from public sewer, we are entering a 6-inch diameter vitrified clay. Now, the vitrified clay is a very common material for main sewer lines. It has a long service life expectancy. However, it's more susceptible to damage during earthquakes and seismic activity, and has a tendency to let in roots at the joint areas. Trying to get a really clear look at this section. It's not. Alright, so there's a situation in that there is a break. The pipe is basically cracked here at this city connection. Now, I went ahead and located this point out. The city sewer is located at a depth of about 7 feet. It kind of bounces around between 6 feet 9 inches and 7 foot 1, so in between that kind of ballpark range. Now, this section there that will need to get repaired. This is kind of a better example. You can kind of see the break closer to the top left corner of the screen. Now, as I mentioned before, the vitrified clay has a tendency to let in roots in at the joint areas, and also has a tendency to have breaks and cracks from seismic activity and earthquakes. So this sewer line is almost entirely composed of a vitrified clay. There's a short section of ABS plastic as the pipe leaves the structure, but the majority of the line is this modern ABS plastic. Now, there is one other issue I will talk about as we're kind of pulling away and doing this examination, which is that while today I was able to access the system through this roof vent, the structure is missing a standard component of the line known as a main sewer line cleanout. This is an access point that's supposed to be within 2 feet of the structure for the sole purpose of being able to maintain and clean the main sewer line. The system does not have said component, and the issue with that is that to do any maintenance or cleaning of this line, you have to then push through portions of the building drain system, some of which is an older cast iron pipe. Routine or continuous maintenance through that pipe will only further degenerate the condition of the pipe and just basically speed along its demise. And the issue here is that you're going to need to be able to access the system to do maintenance cleanings, roots in the clay system, or a typical and a normal occurrence. So, as part of the recommendations here today, we will be recommending that section get that gets installed, along with getting the connection to city sewer fixed. We have about another 30 feet, and we're going to be entering into the building drain system. Overall, besides that break at the city sewer connection, the line looks to be in acceptable condition. I'm not seeing anything really major in the form of roots. I'm not seeing any breaks or cracks. The depth of pipe as it leaves the structure is about 1 foot 11 inches. And before I leave this afternoon, I will go ahead and mark that location out with a pink marker flag. Alright, we have about another 10 feet here. Alright, now I mentioned before there's a short section of a modern ABS plastics. The modern plastics are an excellent material for main sewer lines. Like the clay, they have a very long service life expectancy. However, they're not as brittle and as fragile as the clay. And they're also intended to be impervious to root intrusions when installed properly. So overall, an excellent material for main sewer lines. Now, we are now about to enter the building drain system. The building drain system is a combination of this modern ABS plastic and a cast iron pipe. Now, one of the issues we're experiencing here is as soon as the pipe goes under the building, there's a bit of a misalignment with the pipe and a missloping, and this is causing standing water to basically exist within the pipe. I can't see that there's much debris caught up in here, but the standing water in this pipe, even though it is an ABS plastic, so there's not as much of a concern with this in an ABS plastic, but it's just something to kind of know about the system, that there is a spot there that has the potential to kind of collect debris. Now, as I mentioned here, we are in a section of cast iron. Now, the cast iron piping typically has a service life of about 70 to 80 years. The common occurrences with this kind of pipe is that after such a period of time, the rust and scale buildup within the pipe starts to decrease the diameter of the pipe to the point where eventually the entire pipe will be closed off. The bottom of the pipe will start to kind of rot away. You can see this a little bit, and as we're pulling our camera through, you can kind of see that channel at the bottom. The bottom of the pipe has started to kind of level off. You can see here some kind of debris from the pipe starting to build up. The cast iron section does not need to be replaced as of the day of the inspection, but it is a material that over time will continue to deteriorate and will eventually need to be replaced out. Alright, so now we're coming up the roof vent which we accessed today. Just kind of giving you an orientation to where we're located and where the line runs. Go ahead and wipe off the camera lens there. Alright, so this is the access point which we used today. Kind of see here, we're here on the roof. The street that the public sewer connects to is over there. The line exits the structure behind me, comes into there, runs next to that garage, and then runs parallel to the driveway and then out to the city sewer. Alright, so my recommendations today will be to get that break city sewer, the connection to city sewer fixed, and to get the main sewer line clean out installed. And with that, I'm going to be wrapping up the video portion of the examination for today. Once again, this is Victor Jimenez with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.